realize that when Emily comes back here, she's going to want to change all this around. And you know her, she'll be very sweet and very gentle about it, but it will take the rest of the night.
Yeah, I'm better at Christmas trees and garlands than I have been with Elizabeth these days.
Should have went for the kiss.
Oh, so you're the expert now, just because Emily took you back?
She loves you, that's all I'm saying.
Love and trust, two different things.
Hey, Emily found a way to trust me again.
That's different.
Yes, in some ways it is. But remember, we both did have affairs and got other women pregnant.
Now, that's true. But you and Emily found a way back to each other.
And during that time, Emily turned to Sonny. Do you think you could handle it if Elizabeth found someone else?
You honestly think Elizabeth could be with another guy?
Our situations are different. And so are Elizabeth and Emily.
Hurt is still hurt. Emily turned to Sonny. I mean, why wouldn't Elizabeth turn to another guy?
Look, I'm no expert or anything, but isn't this backsliding a bit? Isn't suspecting Elizabeth just another trigger for you to pick up pills again?
No, that was just one excuse. I have millions of them.
Okay, then why dwell on it? I mean, so far you've handled everything really well. Mom's recovery, the wedding, losing her again, you've handled it.
Yeah, Mom's been on my mind all night, too.
Yeah, she would have loved all this, wouldn't she?
I'm never going back to pills. I mean, it's like a slap in the face to Mom to waste my life like that. To lose Elizabeth, we'll be a family someday.
And Lucky, I sincerely hope that happens. But if it doesn't, do you ever see yourself making a life without Elizabeth?
So listen, I'm not trying to discourage you or anything. I just want you to be prepared for what might happen, that's all.
Didn't you just say I should have kissed Elizabeth?
I did, but I guess you felt like you knew better.
Well, the longer I stay clean, the easier it'll be for Elizabeth to see the man she married again. The man who loves her.
That's putting a lot of pressure on yourself, don't you think?
It's faith. I am the father of Elizabeth's baby, and that baby one day will lead us back into each other's arms, and we'll be a family again.
Mr. Cassadine?
No need to be formal.
Nicholas, I'm sorry to intrude, but I need to speak to you right away.
How can I help you?
Nicholas, I'm sorry that took... Oh, didn't realize I was interrupting.
You weren't, actually. I think it's best you hear this together. I know I've been let go, and you've been gracious enough to allow me to stay on until the first of the year. But I'd like to resign. Effective immediately.
Leaving tonight?
I think it's best.
Oh, okay, but I didn't anticipate you leaving until after New Year's.
Don't misunderstand. I have no expectation of being paid for time I haven't worked.
No, it's not about money, but I'd like to know why you suddenly decided to leave now. Colleen, I think I deserve an explanation. I mean, why are you leaving now instead of after the New Year's?
Your son is a very sensitive boy. Spencer's in tune with emotions, his own and other people's, and as hard as I might try, I know myself, I won't be able to hide how sad I am to be leaving him. And since the very last thing I want is to cause that sweet little baby any distress, I think a clean break is best. Unless you disagree.
Emily,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think Colleen has a point. Yeah, Spencer will probably pick up on how she's feeling.
I know, but the holidays are coming and all.
Hey, you know what? I'm here. Between me, you, and Alfred, we'll definitely manage.
Okay, in that case, leave whenever you like, I suppose.
Pack my things. Thank you both for being so understanding.
I still say the timing could have been better.
Look, Nicholas, if Colleen's mood could affect Spencer, then it really is for the best. Don't worry. I will happily give you and Alfred all the help you need.
It's just that Colleen is Spencer's primary caregiver, and he knows her touch and voice better than anyone's, don't you?
Except yours.
I hope that her sudden disappearance doesn't upset him too much.
Well, of course Spencer's gonna miss Colleen, but I mean, the constants in his life will remain. You, Lucky, Lulu, Alfred, his routines.
You?
Definitely me. You're gonna be just fine, aren't you, sweetheart?
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad it worked out this way because I really didn't have the heart to let her go just before Christmas. But also, I wasn't comfortable with having her stick around after just giving her notice because you know how people, they get careless and weird. And it's the best solution for everyone, isn't it?
Oh, it's so great to see you guys.
You too. He missed you.
I know.
That.
Yeah, go look at.
Yeah, we wanted to go all out for Spencer's first Christmas, huh, buddy? Can I offer you anything?
No, we don't want to impose. Michael just has an urgent request.
Well, we have a pageant at school. I'm Joseph, and he's the little drummer boy.
Well, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, congratulations, you guys. Those are very big
We
parts.
are looking for a baby Jesus. And we already asked Alexis about Molly, but she's a girl. And Spencer's a boy, so he's always smiling, and he'd be perfect.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had company.
No problem. Wow, looks like you're ready to leave already.
I just wanted to say goodbye to Spencer.
Okay. Say goodbye. Here you go.
See? He's not even crying. He'd be perfect for baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus?
In the pageant at Queen of Angels. It's our school.
Sounds like fun. Look, I can see you're busy, so I'll just say a quick goodbye and get out of your way, okay? Oh, precious baby boy. I'm gonna miss you so much. Don't forget about me, okay? I promise I'll never, ever forget you.
Hey, Colleen, you know what? I've got him. There you go. Hey, bud. All right.
Thank you again for all your hard work, and I wish you well.
Hey, can I have a candy cane? Yeah. Thank you. So good. Thanks.
About this pageant, is it the whole school or is it just your class?
The whole school. Well, there's going to be a lot of
Helping with the search for baby Jesus. How supportive of you.
Just trying to impress Michael. You know.
Well, at least you're refreshingly honest about it.
Well, you know, I'm trying to make friends with him. You know, we're becoming friends, but he's still not too keen on me marrying his mother, so.
I think I might be partly to blame for that.
Really, how's that?
Well, after Carly had a breakdown, I started spending a lot of time with Sonny and the boys. And at first, it was just to pick up the slack and give them a feminine presence in their lives. And then Sonny and I got serious, and I became an integral part of their lives. And after Sonny and I broke up, I didn't vanish exactly, but I was around a lot less often. And I think that Michael has learned to become wary of his parents' romantic attachments. You know, they don't last, so why invest?
I'm not going anywhere. I love Carly and she loves me, and that's all there is to it.
I just hope it works out.
And you're not a believer, are you? You think that Carly's eventually going to get back to Sonny.
Wow.
You know, the pageant is a fundraiser for homeless children. I'm making a donation. You care to match it?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Does that mean that you'll let him play Jesus with us?
Only on one condition. You have to look after him.
You got it.
What do you think, buddy? You ready to make your theatrical debut? Hmm?
He's ready.
Was having Jax here too difficult for you?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, yes, seeing him brought up memories of our marriage ending, the time I missed with Spencer. There's so many things I wish I could have done differently.
All we can do is make the most of what we have now.
What?
You have a beautiful son who you wouldn't trade for anything.
I know.
Yeah, and we have a second chance to be together. So there's no point in dwelling on what is thankfully in the past.
But I failed you.
Maybe you needed to. Maybe we both had to let go. I mean, really let go to find our way back. If it took us being with other people to get to where we are now, then it was worth it. Because now you have a beautiful son, and we're finally free to love each other again. And no more questions about me. You're the one who's been preoccupied ever since Michael and Morgan left here.
What? What do you mean?
Admit it, Nicholas, you are nervous about Spencer making his acting debut as Baby Jesus in the Christmas Pageant.
Well, you admitted that there's a lot that could go wrong.
Such as?
Such as Spencer screaming his head off because he's scared of all the faces around him. Or one of the other children tipping over the manger. Or Michael being responsible for Spencer for all the above.
Well,
Come on.
There are going to be lots of adults nearby, and I'm sure that they'll let you play shepherd so that you can hover to your heart's content.
You'll be there too, won't you?
Yeah, are you kidding? I'm not going to miss it. I'll be cheering you on from the audience.
Gosh. I must sound so neurotic, huh?
No, you're just a first-time father.
I'm not sure there's a difference.
Don't worry. You'll be fine. Do you have any plans for later?
No, just some business calls, but I'm open to a better offer.
Okay, great. Because I just stopped by Wyndham's and Santa's gonna be there all evening. So let's take Spencer for his first official visit with Santa Claus.
No. Spencer's far too young to understand Santa right now. And quite honestly, I'm just not comfortable with turning over my only son to a stranger in a red suit and a fake beard. He could be anyone. God knows how many children he will have held by the time he gets to Spencer. I don't want him to get a cold, that's all.
Okay. It's a wild guess, but you and Stefan didn't spend that much time going to see Santa, did you?
In Greece, St. Nicholas was a bishop who left gifts for poor children on the doorstep.
Okay, so our St. Nicholas is a jolly old elf who carries presents in a sleigh drawn by flying reindeer. Is that really so terrible?
It's just I'd rather teach my son about his own past and instill him with the true meaning of the holiday rather than drag him to a department store and ask for gifts when he can't even talk.
Do you want him to be as lonely as you are? As isolated? I understand that heritage and traditions are important to you. But some of my best memories are of going to see Santa with my birth mother, Paige. I mean, every year. All right, I'd get all dressed up and we'd head to the mall to wait in line. We'd share popcorn and we'd just watch the people while we waited. And then Mom would lift me up onto Santa's lap and I'd tell him what I wanted for Christmas. And she always got this great picture. And then we'd go and get hot chocolate with marshmallows in the food court.
It's just the idea of Santa Claus in this country, it's about commercialism. It's about making money.
Okay, well, isn't being a Cassadine about making money too?
Amongst a great many other things.
Is it possible for Spencer to appreciate every part of his heritage? The the generosity of the Greek Saint Nicholas, the love of his own father, Nicholas, and the guy in the red suit in the department store with the fake beard.
I don't know. It's a stretch, Emily.
If Spencer doesn't like it, then we can leave. I promise. Trust me. You're gonna be glad you did this.
Never again. Spencer, he can write to Santa every year if he wants, but no more visits ever.
Aw, it wasn't that bad. And look how sweet this picture is.
He's terrified.
He's laughing, probably at you.
But what did we teach him by doing this? Nothing.
What? That going to visit Santa is one part of Christmas. It's not the only part, and it's not the most important part, but it's a whole lot of fun, isn't it, Spencer?
Yeah, if you don't mind crass American commercials.
Which we don't, most of the time.
Yeah.
Do we, little guy?
Wait a minute.
Come here. Hey, but...
He's not like the other kids.
Yeah, he's richer. He lives on an island. But do you really want him to grow up with the weight of the cast iron empire on his shoulders? Why not let him have a little magic in his life, huh? Even if it is all wrapped up in American crass commercialism. No, I just want him to know that wishes do come true.
So, what did you ask Santa to bring him?
You're gonna have to wait and see.
Emily was great.
Your father loves you, Spencer, but he's still learning what it means to bring up a child in America. Alfred came through with the hot chocolate, though, didn't he? See, that is the whole idea, just to honor each other's traditions, huh?
Yes, which brings me to the Christmas pageant.
Okay, it's gonna benefit the homeless children, so that should make the Greek Saint Nicholas happy. And pageants are an ancient custom, right? I'll bet the Castines used to have them all the time, didn't they?
Yes, of course we did. They just didn't involve the children of a mob boss in the Cassadine starring as baby Jesus then. I mean...
You're really nervous about this, aren't
Yeah, I'm
you?
having second thoughts.
Spencer's can be surrounded by people who love him. Yeah, Morgan is a little drummer boy, and Michael is Joseph.
All right, but what if he panics? What if he starts crying? What if...
He won't. You are gonna be a wonderful baby Jesus, aren't you? You're not gonna be scared at all. Here's
Yo.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't tell me. You're here to see the doctor about some anti-anxiety medication.
Okay. Very funny. Jeez.
No. Why don't you just ask him for some tranquilizers instead?
Listen.
And then you can just
Stop.
sleep through the hallways.
I openly admit that taking my son to see Santa was not on my list of enjoyable experiences. But, I don't know, I guess it wasn't all that bad.
It wasn't all of it. Admit it. You loved the way Spencer was smiling at Santa.
I loved watching it through your eyes. You were just as excited and happy as one of those kids sitting on Santa's lap, waiting to tell him what they wanted for Christmas. You were just as...
Oh, well, I mean, there's something wonderful about lifetime traditions, you know? You don't remember when they started. They're just a part of you.
Yeah. Well, I want you to spend every Christmas with my son. And with me. Hey, you ready to leave?
Hey, not quite yet.
Can I wait for you?
If you want it.
Okay.
Wouldn't you rather be home with Spencer?
He's napping right now, preparing for his big debut.
You know, tonight's only the rehearsal for the Christmas pageant. You know that, right?
I know, and I cannot wait to deposit my son in a manger to be cared for by grade school children. I can't wait.
Nicholas, Michael is very responsible. I mean, you know the way he takes care of his little brother.
Yeah, I know. It would make me feel better if you were there to stop me from making a fool of
I'm
myself.
planning on it, but if I get stuck here...
Please, don't get stuck.
Okay, I'm not going to, but Carly is going to be there.
What can I do to guarantee that you will be at this rehearsal?
I'm going to be there, I promise.
Okay.
But I don't know why you're so nervous about this.
I'm a Cassadine. Even the semi-sane are neurotic. Take my uncle, for example. When I was a child, climbing up the stairs, he had servants waiting to catch me in case I fell. And Alexis, you know, I adore her, and she's a great mother, but, you know...
Yeah, no, she's a little overprotective.
Yeah, and I used to tease her about it, and Now I'm exactly the same way.
It must be a genetic flaw.
I think it's because the Cassidines know how quickly you can lose the people you love. I guess the Spencers know that too, don't they? Look what happened to my mother. You know, it's strange how quickly I felt like I was part of a family. My mother's recovery only lasted a few weeks, but I felt like Lucky and Lulu and I, you know, we were in it together. And now she's gone again, and it feels like we're pulling apart again. And Lulu, I know that she's grieving, but she barely returns my calls anymore. And she says it's because some project that she's working on, but who knows? And Lucky's thrown himself back into work, and I can't say I blame him for that. He's going through a lot himself. Guess what I'm trying to say is I'm a little lonely.
Nicholas, people deal with grief in different ways, you know? Lucky with his work, Lulu with her project.
But I have you, and I'm grateful for that. And even so, I feel like I'm taking advantage of you, too, sometimes. I mean, here you are working, and I'm chatting you up like we're at home.
Well, first of all, my pager's on, and, you know, you're a board member here at the hospital. You're one of the chief benefactors, so I think it's probably policy to be attentive to you.
Then I shall commend you to your supervisors.
Okay, I have a better idea. Why don't you go home, check on Spencer, see if he's up from his nap, make sure that his snowsuit is warm enough for tonight, and by the time I get home, then we're gonna be ready and we'll go to this first.
Are you trying to get ready? What's going on?
I'd kiss you goodbye, but I think that would probably be unprofessional.
Yeah, we'll see. But I am one of the benefactors, remember?
Yeah.
Bye.
Wow, that's beautiful, huh? I don't know, Spencer. You think Daddy got you here early enough? We only have an hour before the rehearsal starts.
What's wrong with wanting to instill a sense of punctuality in my son?
Oh, I admit it. You wanted to get here early so you could check everything out before everybody else got here.
Yeah. Okay, consider things checked. We can go now.
Wait, what about play?
There is no way that I'm letting my son anywhere near that manger, much less lie in it. No way.
You can't just leave. What is that going to teach Spencer about honoring his commitment?
The lesson's going to have to wait. I think safety is more important at this moment. Spencer's too young to understand all of this. He'll get scared.
It's not like Spencer's going to be up there all alone.
Oh, no, right, yeah. He'll have Mary and Joseph, who are all of 11. Forgive me if that doesn't inspire much confidence.
I meant you. You're going to be standing 10 feet away from him the entire time.
Well, do you have any idea how cold it's going to get out here? He'll get sick.
We'll put lots of layers under his costume.
No, it's not just the weather. I mean, any number of things can go wrong with this place. Look at that manger. It looks like it's barely even held together. And then there's the hay.
What's wrong with the hay?
Well, he's lying on top of it. What if one of the wise men knocks over a candle or something? You think I'm overreacting?
I think you're a wonderful father who just wants to protect his son.
I don't want to make any mistakes with him, that's all.
You won't. Besides, I have a feeling that Spencer is going to be the cutest, most coddled baby Jesus since the real thing.
No. Okay, so what's the difference between caring for a child and smothering a child? When are you just being careful and when are you hovering over them?
Well, I don't know. I think that every parent has to figure it out as they go along. But you're doing an incredible job.
No, not tonight. I don't feel like I am.
Why is it so hard for you to take a compliment? You happen to be a very good father.
Oh, I want to be, but it's just that I'm scared all the time. It just seems like bad things keep happening for no reason, and the wrong people end up getting hurt. You know, Courtney died before she even got a chance to hold her son, and mother's back in Shady Brook. Ew, listen to me. I'm getting disgustingly morbid. I guess that's another beautiful Cassidine trait, isn't it?
Nicholas, you've had a lot of loss.
So have you.
Yeah, and I hate it. I mean, I never want to lose anyone ever again, but I will. You know, that's just the way life works. So I can either live in fear of future pain, or I can...
Savor the good. Love while you have the chance. That's what my mother tried to do in the short time we had her. And that's what she would want from my son. Okay, so enough of that. You have another job tonight.
Yeah, what's that?
In addition to holding my hand through the perils of this Christmas pageant, if I start to brood or do anything like that, just remind me that Christmas is about joy. Okay? And that's a gift that I want to give to my son. And to you. Okay?
Nicholas got us here early. He didn't want Spencer to miss his big moment.
Where have you boys been? Call time was 10 minutes ago.
Oh, we're running a little late.
Why don't we get started?
Okay.
That would be good.
Break a leg, guys.
Relax. It's just an expression.
What did we miss?
A few minor glitches with the star.
Really? I think it looks great.
Yeah, that's because Nicholas had them take it down and check each bulb by hand. He was worried that an electrical fire was going to sweep through the stage like the burning of Atlanta.
Well, you can never be too cautious with this little guy. Huh?
I need Joseph, Mary, the wise men, and the shepherd to all stand here.
But what about the camel?
Why don't we put him right over there? Now, while the choir is singing Away in a Manger, you should all be gazing down at... Where is baby Jesus?
Okay, that's your cue.
Almost. One more time. Mary should be on Joseph's left. Oh, no, his other left, dear.
I think we're going to find Mary locked in a closet on Christmas Eve so Mrs. Dombrowski can play her understudy.
Well, what's that saying? Those who can do and those who can't teach.
How cute Morgan looks.
Yeah. Try to remember that when he wants to be a drummer for real.
Even Michael looks like he's having fun. Thank you for talking to him.
Oh, he's a good kid.
Most of the time he is.
Yeah, I don't want Michael and Morgan to miss out because the adults in their lives have been selfish.
You know, you're amazing. I mentioned to you how much I love you.
Lately. Hey, guys. Do you mind dropping off the kids at Carly's when they're done? We've got to be somewhere.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
You do? Mm-hmm. Where?
Rehearsal went well, huh? No tears is always a good sign.
Yeah, he took it in stride, I think.
I meant you. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it through.
Okay, so I overreacted just a little bit. Okay, a lot. But with good reason. Because everything seems to be falling in place. You and I are happy, Colleen's gone, and no sign of my grandmother.
Okay, so I don't see the problem.
When things are this good, they usually don't last.
Heavenly host of angels.
And suddenly, there were a multitude of... After everything that's happened with Elena, I understand why you'd want to be careful with Spencer.
And one thing I've learned about my grandmother over the years is that you can never be too prepared.
Yeah, but if you go through life waiting for the other shoe to drop, then you're going to be wasting time that you can't get back. So just live for today. Don't worry about tomorrow.
Sound like my mother.
I'll take that as a compliment.
No,
Then they
it's meant to be one.
opened their treasures and offered him gifts in gold.
Excuse me. Hello?
It's Alfred. I do hate to disturb you, but something's come up at the house that requires your immediate attention.
What's wrong?
I don't want to alarm you, but I've made a rather odd discovery in the North Tower.
So, how'd we do?
Oh, you guys were the best ones out there.
Well, I'm just kind of sad that Dad's not going to be here to see it.
Why, he isn't coming? No? Why not?
Jackson, Mom.
If you want, we could video the play for him, and that way you and Morgan can watch it with him when he gets home.
Well, Mom already had suggested that, but it's not the same. Jax, why did he have to ask my mom to marry him? It's ruining everything.
Oh, Michael. Listen, I know it feels that way, but I think that your dad just needs some time to get used to the idea. So why don't we go home and we'll get the video camera just in case. Huh?
Is Nicholas coming?
Actually, he had to leave. Don't tell him I told you this, but I think he's a little nervous about Spencer playing baby Jesus in the Christmas pageant.
Mom, what's he gonna do? Mess up? I'm the one with all the lines.
I know. But he's getting used to being a dad, and he doesn't want anything bad to happen to Spencer.
Nothing will, because I and my staff will make sure of that.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, well then in that case, Nicholas doesn't have anything to worry about.
No, he does not.
Here we go. I had no reason to hope that my mother's condition would change, but I did. I wanted so bad to walk into that room and see her smiling, have her react to a visit with her grandson.
Well, that's only natural, Nicholas. I'm sure Lucky and Lulu feel the same way.
Yeah. We're all having trouble accepting it. I mean, she's just sitting there like she was for the last 4 years. Perfectly still, no recognition. It's almost harder to take now than it was 4 years ago. Come on.
Focus on the positive. You know, you got to see Laura and tell her how much you love her, and you got to hear how much she loves you.
Yeah. Having her around was a gift. You know, Lucky, Lulu, and I got to tell her about all of our lives. She accepted it. She even told us how proud she was of us.
I'm sure that was especially important for Lucky and Lulu. Huh?
Mm-hmm. We're all moving ahead now, I guess. I can only hope that she's at peace now. And that some part of her knew that Spencer and I were in there with her.
Did you talk to her?
I told her that, are you hiding from me? I told her that Spencer is making his acting debut in the Christmas pageant as baby Jesus. Yeah. Christmas was my mother's favorite holiday. Yeah. She would have loved to see that pageant.
Well, I believe Laura did know you were there, and that she brought her grandson to wish her happy birthday. You're still thinking about your mom on her birthday, aren't you?
Yeah. I know I should be thankful for the time we have. I can't help wanting more.
No, of course you can't.
I'm glad that I could tell her what was in my heart, though.
And she got to see Spencer.
She did. You want to go?
Here,
go.
Come here, buddy. Hey. Hey. What is it?
She loved having a grandchild. I just loved watching her hold him, talk to him. I think it meant as much to me as it did to her. But she's gone now. And the doctors say she's not coming back.
Nicholas, I know Laura wouldn't want you to be sad.
No, you're right, she wouldn't. She'd tell me that Christmas is the season to be grateful for all your blessings.
Yes.
Including this little guy right here. I'd like to think she's with us here now, looking over him.
I know she is. Well, Spencer, it's your big night. You ready for your close-up? Maybe we should ask your daddy that question.
Okay, I admit I've been kind of anxious about your stage debut. But playing Baby Jesus is a big role for such a little guy. You did good in rehearsal, and Emily's been so loving and encouraging. I'm finally okay. I'm more than okay. It's gonna be a great night. Nothing's gonna spoil it.
Timmy, slow down. Sorry, we're all caught up in the spirit of the season.
Indeed.
We haven't even started rehearsal, Timmy. You can slow down.
Oh, excuse me, Father.
Nicholas, thank you for loaning us your son tonight. Not to mention your generous donation to the parish homeless program.
My pleasure on both fronts.
Emily, thank you for your family's matching donation to the youth project.
Oh, we're glad to help.
You know, my new youth minister is here somewhere. I was hoping you could meet and maybe set up a time to speak at a meeting. It's great for the kids to have tangible examples.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Great, I'll go see if I can find them.
Okay.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Michael and Morgan are going to be so happy that you came.
Well, not only would I not miss my 3 grandsons in the same play together, but I'm recording it for posterity.
Hey, why didn't I think of that?
Well, it turns out you didn't have to. Will you look at that? Sound never have stage fright.
He takes after his father.
Yeah. Hey, let me show you the manger so you can get a good shot of it.
Terrific. All right, see.
I don't know, apparently there's some...
Her family makes regular donations to the youth project, so as the new youth minister, I thought you'd want to say hello. Her name's Emily Quartermain.
Oh, Quartermain. I've heard the name.
Good.
I know you're playing Baby Jesus, Spencer, but you look like an angel. There won't be one person who won't want to take you home after tonight's brilliant performance.
No, wait. Are you nervous?
No.
No, not at all?
No.
Good, because you're going to be great. You're going to be fantastic, okay?
Excuse me. Okay, guys. Hey, get together here. Okay. Smile. Big waves.
Michael, stop, put your hands down.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You know, I'm taping all this so your dad doesn't miss anything.
Hey, have you seen Jason? Because he needs to see us.
No, I haven't seen him.
I need the cast assembled now.
Okay, wait. Let me see you. Are you ready? Do you think you're ready?
Yes.
You guys are going to be great. I'm so proud of both of you. What?
We haven't done anything yet.
Okay, go.
Come on.
I'm so afraid you weren't going to make it. See you later.
In the days of Caesar Augustus, a decree went out that the whole world should be taxed. So all went to be enrolled, each to his own town. And Joseph, too, went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to the city of Bethlehem, to be enrolled with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. When they reached Bethlehem, they lodged in a stable, for there was no room for them at the inn.
Let us rest here in the stable.
While they were there, the time came for Mary to have her child, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger.
Over 2,000 years ago, in the town of Nazareth, there lived a young woman named Mary who was married to a carpenter named Joseph. One day, an angel appeared to her and said, "Do not be afraid. You have been chosen to carry a special child. The baby will be the Son of God, and you must call him Jesus." Not long after, a decree went out that everyone had to enroll to pay taxes. So Joseph went to the city called Bethlehem to be enrolled with Mary, who was now with child. It was there that she gave birth to the babe in the manger, because there was no room for them at the inn. There was a shepherd living in the nearby fields, keeping watch over his flock. An angel appeared to him. He cowered in fear.
"Why have you come, angel?"
The angel said, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For today, in the city of David, a Savior is born, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign to you. You will find the infant wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger."
"Look yonder, a heavenly host of angels."
And suddenly, there were a multitude of heavenly hosts praising God and singing,
"Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King."
And then a star rose in the east and came to rest above the stable. And kings from the east came, following the star. When the kings found baby Jesus, they did him homage. And then they opened their treasures and offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And the star shone down, and others followed it, coming to offer the Christ child their own gifts.
Play, little drummer boy. Play your best. Dad?
Focus, everyone.
Play, drummer boy. Play your best. Of all the gifts brought to baby Jesus, yours is the one that made him smile, because it was given out of love.
And so, on that night in Bethlehem, a child was born to bring light and hope to the whole world. Let there be peace on earth and goodwill to all people.
Let every heart be filled.